Time now is 5:21, and since you like my scary voice,
I think you sound like, who's this?
Vincent Price?
Vincent Price, yeah. When all the creatures lurk.
Well,
yeah.
this is the oldest surviving building in Broward County.
And what happens there?
And it's also one of the most haunted places in Florida.
That's really scary. Do it again. Who's doing the story?
Jim Robinson.
Take a look.
I'm at the first and oldest property in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Stranahan House and Museum built along the New River here in the early 1900s. It's believed that the ghosts of Frank and Ivy Stranahan still roam the property, but it's the living that keep coming back every year for the history and the mystery. People are drawn to this 100-year-old house for its history. It's the first building in what is now Fort Lauderdale. Built in 1901 by Frank Stranahan, it was the hub of an entire community.
We're sitting in the parlor of the Stranahan House.
Marlene Skotanis is the curator for the Stranahan House Museum. She's also a tour guide, telling me Frank was the first postmaster, banker, and businessman.
We get the people that are very much into the history, and they love it. The tour, the regular history tour is great. And then we get the people that are into the spirits.
Yep, it's believed the spirits of Frank and his wife Ivy are still around. During the Great Depression, Frank took his own life, leaving his young bride a widow.
Which left quite a struggle for Ivy. And that's when the house went through several changes. Ivy rented out the bottom part of the house to a restaurant. And then she lived upstairs.
At Stranahan's wake, wife Ivy stopped all the clocks in the house at the hour of his death. Just days after the house became a museum, Skotanis says this clock began to tick all by itself. Skeptics visiting the building have been known to change their beliefs.
They will come over to the office and say to me, "Were you in the house?" And when I say no, they will say, "Well, someone was calling my name."
Take a look at this photo. It was taken in this room. Notice the long beam of light extending from the lamp. Well, haunted or not, you can't help but be fascinated with the story of Frank and Ivy Stranahan. In Fort Lauderdale, Jim Robinson, CBS 4 News This Morning.
So what do you think?